catabolic repression or dioxic growth. What does that mean? It eats glucose before it eats lactose. And a whole bunch of multiple choice questions people sent me. What's this mean when it says one of our tests displays dioxic growth or catabolic repression? It means that when you feed a bacteria two foods, two sugars, glucose and lactose, it will always eat the glucose first because it has to make enzymes So, it's just like this. If you love pizza and you hate fried liver and you haven't eaten for 2 days because you don't have any money, somebody knocks you down, steals your wallet, and you don't have a dang dime, and you were begging on the street, nobody gave you anything but chewing gum, and you break into a trailer and there is a pepperoni pizza and fried liver. What are you going to eat first? The pizza. Every bit of it. And then when you get really hungry and you know you're going to pass out or die, you eat the damn liver. That's what bacteria do. They always eat the glucose first. Then they make the enzymes to digest lactose. Remember, it takes 3 enzymes that cause the energy to break down lactose. They already are born with the enzymes to break down glucose. So if you have to work to eat, or you can sit down and eat, which are you going to do first? Sit down and eat. Then if somebody says you're going to have to wash the windows before you get something else, then you'll do that. So when things grow, here's what it looks like on the growth curve. Lag. Remember, if I dream, close your eyes and dream of anything that is your most favorite. Sex, food, everything. Ooh, yeah. All right. If you closed your eyes and dreamed, and I could read your dreams and create whatever situation you wanted, and then I dropped you in it, and you opened your eyes, what are you going to do first? That's called lag. Whenever you drop any living thing into optimum conditions, the first few minutes are, wow! Then we do what we all living things want to do most. We eat and we screw. And that's called log. Log growth. And then, when you've eaten everything there is, you're living in this tiny little square, plexiglass square, and you get dumped in there with the prettiest girl or the handsomest boy you've ever seen, could ever imagine, and all the pizza you can eat. You're going to eat the pizza and screw. But you're living in a 3-foot plexiglass, well, let's say 6 feet, because 3 feet you wouldn't have, you'd probably be doing it all at once. But anyway, a 6 feet square plexiglass. After you eat and drink the beer, what you going to have to do? So after a while, all the food's going to be gone, and you'll be about up to here with you and your boyfriend in poop and pee. You're not going to feel like sex. Trust me. And that's called stationary phase. That's where the number being reproduced equal the number dying. Why? There is nothing left to eat. And you're up, nearly up to your nose in poop and pee. Waste. So the number being dying equal the number being reproduced. And then there is no more food, and it's over your nose and waste and poo, and that's called death. So these are phases of the growth curve. And every living thing on Earth and everywhere else lives by the growth curve. You do, we do, human populations do. Every population of every living thing does it. What are the requirements for the growth curve to be? You got to have a living thing and a limited environment. Is Earth limited? Yeah, there are no more Earths. Go see Oblivion. See what happened. Alright, so what do I mean by dioxic growth curve? This is when it's eating glucose. Goes up, and then all the glucose is gone, and it starts making the 3 enzymes to digest lactose, and it goes up, and so you have 1 growth curve, 2. Di means 2. Dioxic, which means living thing, growth. So it has 2 growth curves. 1 while it's digesting the glucose, and 1 when it's digesting the lactose. So if I say in the word question, this test exhibits dioxic growth or catabolic repression. Somebody's going to ask me, what's that catabolic repression mean? Remember when I said genetic control of enzymes? Alright, when you're breaking down food for energy, it's called metabolism. And what's catabolic repression? Your cells and every cell turn off lactose until glucose is gone, because what does it take to make lactose? To digest lactose. You've got to make 3 enzymes. But the enzymes to digest glucose are already made when you're born. So what does your cell do? It represses the catabolism of lactose until glucose is gone. When you eat any food, your body's going to get rid of the glucose in it first. Then it's going to work on the other sugars. Why? It takes energy to break down them. That's what I just said. The breakdown of any food source for the bond energy or ATP inside is called catabolism. The opposite of catabolism is synthesis or anabolism. Metabolism, all the chemical reactions in your cell, is anabolism plus catabolism. What's catabolism? Breaking down things. What's anabolism? Making stuff. Which one gives you energy? Breaking down. Which one requires energy? Synthesis. Okay, so back to hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide is anything involving iron. The iron test. What are they? Peptone iron, Kligger's iron, lysine iron, triple sugar iron, and one that doesn't have iron in its name, pectoin. Mannitol. There's only one. The third phenyl red broth. Mannitol carbohydrate fermentation is a third carbohydrate broth. There's no way for me to disguise it other than say the 3 carbohydrate broth. Then you know the third one is mannitol. What's the first 2? Glucose and then lactose and then mannitol. Methyl red and BP. I can say to hide the answers to this, or to hide whether or not it is the methyl red or the BP, there's only really a few ways I can disguise this question. One, I can say, the broth where you took 2, or the broth where one was incubated for 7 days and the other one for 10, or I can say the broth that gives you 2 fermentation pathways. That's it. That's the only 3 ways I can describe, hide these 2. Remember, this one is mixed acid. And this one is 2,3-butadiol. Should be an O in here. Or acetylene. I love you. And there is a pepperoni pizza and fried liver. What are you going to eat first? The pizza. Every bit of it. And then when you get really hungry and you know you're going to pass out or die, you eat the damn liver. That's what bacteria do. They always eat the glucose first. What's this mean when it says one of our tests displays dioxic growth or catabolic repression? It means that when you feed a bacteria two foods, 2 sugars, glucose and lactose, it will always catabolic repression or dioxic growth. What does that mean? It eats glucose before it eats lactose. And a whole bunch of multiple choice questions people sent me. So, on the left-hand side. It's just like this. If you love pizza and you hate fried liver and you haven't eaten for 2 days because you don't have any money, somebody knocks you down, steals your wallet, and you don't have a dang dime, and you were begging on the street, nobody gave you anything but chewing gum, and you break into a trailer, eat the glucose first because it has to make enzymes